First of all, I hope we'll have a wonderful and interesting question. Let's watch the video and try to guess what will be the theme of our class. That's right. And what types of natural disasters do you know?
Volcanic eruption.
What is a volcanic eruption, by the way?
What it is?
What it is?
It's like when the volcano becomes active, so the lava comes out, the ash, and things travel.
Oh, that's right. And what do you think? What is the most terrible? The ash or the magma? The ash. Sure. Sometimes it can even stop the air traveling between countries. What about this? What's this? Earthquake. And what parts of Russia suffer from the earthquakes mostly?
South parts?
South parts? Well, maybe, and you know.
The
Sakhalin, yes, because of the volcanic eruptions and the moves of lithospheric plates. And my own region, the Republic of Buryatia, where I come from, suffers from the earthquakes. You see, the city, the town, and the whole lake lies in the big hole in the ground, and it causes terrible disasters. It happens so that one day the massive blast of land sunk in the lake, and more than 2,000 people died just in the depth of the lake. Okay, what about this? The hurricane. Do you know what can cause a hurricane? How does a hurricane form? Yes?
The water starts like dry. No, it comes up like
Oh yeah.
evaporate, and then it starts to condensate when it gets to a high altitude, and it causes strong wind, and it becomes a reason of a hurricane.
Well, you have deep scientific knowledge. That's great. I thought you would say just something like masses of air struck in the sky. Well, that's great. That's great. How does a hurricane affect people's life? What does it cause? How does it affect?
It can blow down whole buildings.
Yeah, sure. What can you say, girls, Mikhail?
Maybe destroy cities, roads, and
Нет.
they can kill some people.
Sure.
It can cause
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly so. It can cause a flood. A flood, terrible flood. What's this? A tornado. A lesser brother, a younger brother of a hurricane. And what part of the world suffers from tornadoes? Japan, are you sure? USA mostly. In Japan? Well, in Japan there are hurricanes and earthquakes, but tornado in Japan? Well, maybe. So, how do people escape from tornadoes?
They run away.
They just run away. They just run away.
They can hide under the ground.
They can hide under the ground in special shelters. Can people predict the tornadoes?
Yes.
Yes, and they can stop them. That's right. That's right. Okay. You know, 13 years ago, in 2005, a terrible disaster happened to the New Orleans city. The city in the south of the USA. Let's watch the video and let's try to identify what is the kind of the disaster.
As if we needed reminder, even after 10 years, how terrible Katrina really was, and what a colossal fiasco.
We are gonna die if did you not see somebody out here right now.
The horror show at the Superdome. Close to 25,000 people were trapped there for days in the heat and stink.
We need to feed our babies. We need to give our babies some water.
Somebody ready?
Thousands more baked on overpasses along the interstate.
This man jumped to his death, but he just couldn't take it no more.
More than 1,800 people died across the Gulf Coast. How could this be happening in the United States of America? 80% of New Orleans was flooded. Billions and billions of gallons of water swept over the city. Not so much because of the storm itself, but because the levees gave way. The flood walls broke.
So, what happened to that city?
Hurricane Katrina.
The Hurricane Katrina. And what was the most terrible? The hurricane itself or something else? The flood, sure. The flood smashed the city. And what do the citizens suffer from after the hurricane?
Their houses were destroyed. They have no food.
No food, no water, and they suffer. Where does the population cover? At what place?
In the stadium.
At the stadium, the Superdome Stadium. The well-known stadium where lots of games were held. Now it is a shelter. Let's pretend we are at the New Orleans city, right? Just right after the Katrina. And we are going to work as 3 rescue groups. The first group, you are going to save people from the local neighborhoods. There are 3 districts that suffered from the flood terribly. And you have to think the routes of evacuation to the Superdome. You may use this map of flood depth. Also, you are going to plan the routes on the map and use the units which will be suitable for every rescue operation. The second group will be working on that computer. They are to organize the camp life for 25,000 people trapped at the dome. And you may use this PowerPoint presentation in order to place the icons in the right way. And the third group is going to work on reasons. Why does that happen to that city? Why it was so terrible and why it turned into a catastrophe? You will use these diagrams you have on the computers. So, the first group, you guys will be the first group. You work with this flood depth map, and this paper map is also for you. You may stand up and put any marks you need with the markers, and you will use magnets to put the icons of the units on the map. You have the to-do list and suitable phrases for you. You guys, you will work on that computer. Please. Come on. Take chairs. Here's your map. You will use it. If you need more icons, just copy and paste them, okay? And you guys, please switch on the laptop. I forgot about that. Okay, you are going to work with 2 diagrams and a presentation. You are to make a report on the roots of this problem. Study the text, study the diagrams, and make a report. Here, diagrams. vehicles you may use. APCs, helicopters, boats, and these are units you may use. Engineering Corps, FEMA, this is some kind of federal emergency management agency, and National Guard, the army. Oh, we will use it later to evaluate your counterparts. Guys, you may come out to the paper map and you just use magnets to put icons. For example, we will send Corps of Engineers there and there. You're welcome, sure. Ask anytime you need some help. So, is everything clear?
I think so, yeah.
We should do it orally or we should do a presentation?
On the presentation, you may write some key sentences or some key ideas, but
we can do it.
you are to do it orally.
If there's a river everywhere.
Look, some bridges are still in a good condition.
Yeah, then we should use some transport which is like...
But the results of your work should be presented on the paper map.
Of course, we just have to...
Oh, okay. These are the names of the streets and places in the New Orleans city.
We need to explain why this happened. Like,
Why the flood was such a catastrophe to that city.
yes.
Every diagram in one
Yes.
You may use them, or you may not. You may do whatever you want. Just make a proper research on the routes. Oh, are you okay? Should I put a chair for you?
No, I'm good.
Are you okay? Yep, sure.
Yeah?
This is a sleeping zone, tents for the. This is a field hospital. It's a field hospital.
Like if it's over 10, it's about, and if it's not, then you have to like pick up people from the roofs and stuff.
Guys, only 3 districts: District 1, District 2, and Central District.
Yes,
Actually, this place wasn't affected by the flood. Consult the depth. If you need, you may copy and paste them.
Okay, we can do that. Okay.
Don't forget to explain your choices, okay?
Because dams are higher than the overall level of the city.
and this is
And
it's the hole. We're in the hole. This is a river and this is a sea.
Well, it is called not a hole, it is called a bowl. A deep plate, a bowl.
This is here.
Still we have electricity place, like it's going to be out of state. What is it? No, it's not electricity.
What is this?
Send it.
Where? This is food depot. Some preserved food. And this is water. And this is the canteen.
Yeah.
Okay. The place where you put your food.
So you need to put the food in the electricity hopper, because once the water comes to the electricity,
Okay. Put these 2 points a bit left and backwards after them, like here. And it is going to be behind there. So if you want to take food,
Yep.
Can you show us how much is 1 feet? It's not.
How much what?
10 feet.
1 feet is about 1 meter. About 70 centimeters. So it's very, very deep. It's really, really deep. But the boats are... IT technologists, they are so weak.
You just can't take water and throw it away.
But that's okay. Actually, that's not a problem. If it will not work, we will skip it. You are ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You have some extra task then.
Okay.
Think of the cities which can be affected by a hurricane in the way of New Orleans. Just try to pretend where it could happen nowadays and what would you do in order to prevent such a thing.
Okay.
We should use this one with helicopters from.
Guys, try to speak English.
Where's the English?
And
One question. What is this word in Russian?
capacity, how many people can be boarded?
Okay.
10 people can be boarded on one boat. 24 people, one helicopter, and 10 people, the APC.
I think.
Okay, guys, the citizens are suffering, so please sum it up and let's finish our work. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Are you ready?
This with that. Sorry, that one.
Now I have some extra task for you. Think of the ways how to evacuate people from the dome if something terrible will happen to the dome. What gates will be used in order to evacuate people? Look, somewhere you put the field hospitals, somewhere food depots, and some way just blocked. Okay, guys, it's time to come to the paper map.
Yeah, okay. It is the center. It is the center.
It is,
It is
well, consult the map. That's the point where is the Superdome.
so many. There are
for victims, not victims, for injured people who live in a special zone, especially if you live on the right side, you go there.
That's a good idea. I haven't thought about that. That's great. Oh, should I bring a chair for you? No, that's just for tables.
So this place has three
its own.
Okay, can you mark them somehow? Or you will do it orally?
Orally.
Okay, okay.
but if you say everything together, it would be mass.
Maybe think of some cities in Russia that can be
But
smashed.
I think that we know geography well to think about such things.
Okay, great. Well, you're a very nice student. And don't forget to explain your choices, okay?
We have to explain it.
You have to explain it, sure. You are the rescue team. The rescue team couldn't just say, we will do that, we will do this. They must explain why will they do that. You smash the dome. Okay. Are you ready?
Oh, 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, just 1 minute.
Yes, I wanted to do that, but
Oh, but you said you will do it orally, so there is no need to put these points and arrows everywhere.
it's the need to show.
Okay. Okay, time's up. People are gonna die at the dome, so please be fast.
Okay, we're trying.
These people, these Afro-Americans, they are dying without water and food, so you shall start. Okay, guys, time's up. Guys, please, the camp team, please take your seats. No, we shall start from you guys. We shall start from you. And before we start reporting, on your tables, you have these evaluation cards. Listen to your counterparts attentively and put marks to your friends. Okay, you may start. The rescue team. Okay, sure.
It is the easiest way to get here by land, because here is water and here is water.
You may use the marker to mark the way, the proper route.
Here is rivers, so we can't go here by tank. So it is the only way to get here.
Okay, sure. That sounds reasonable.
Here is the most flooded, so we just use a boat to get here, and here is a very big place, so there live a lot of people, and it is easier to save there by helicopter, because here can sit 24 people.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. What about the units you will use? No units will be used?
Well, we are going to use units, but we don't really know why do we use them there.
Let's try to think it all together.
Yes, we really need help, because what's the difference?
What's the difference between what
I
and what?
understand, but still, how?
Maybe engineers should work here, because they can fix communication networks.
Okay.
So they can
It's the heart of the city, so if it works better, the life in the city will back to normal situation faster.
Okay, great. Why would you use the National Guard there? Why would you use?
Actually know the difference between this.
National Guard is an army, and
Yes, but
emergency agency is a rescue team.
maybe here is a lot of water here because of the
Lake.
Yeah, so people here need more help maybe, so we just put here in emergency.
Okay, Mikhail, what would you add? What would you like to say?
I think that they did everything.
They did everything great. So you approve that plan? Okay, your director says yes, he approves that. Okay, thank you, thank you. Any questions? No questions. Is everything clear? Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Take your seats. The second problem was 25,000 people at the Superdome.
So first of all, we had a stadium and 25,000 people. So we put about 2 toilets, because
Okay.
Also, we think that it's better to put the baths and like the showers in one place, because that's once before you go to bed, you better shower so the baths are clean.
Okay, and you will use only 2 field hospitals.
We're expecting that they're big enough.
Okay, just you would put it in one zone, right?
Yes.
Why?
Because if some people are diseased or they are injured, it's not good for other people to see them, and I think it's the best way of putting this zone.
And okay, what about the tents, the sleeping zone? Why does it come together with toilets?
I think it's good when you stand up from the bed and you have the toilet near you.
Sure, that's a nice idea. Thank you. Well, yep.
So from the stadium we have about 4 exits. It's here, here, there, and here. So, and we think that every zone will have its own exit. Like if you are living here, then you will exit from the stadium from this exit. Or if you are being injured or you have any disease, then you will go straight to the exit which is nearby you.
So if you eat, go to the southern exit, and if you live right here, then you go to this exit.
Okay, great. Do you want to add something, Ksenia?
I think that it's a really good idea to put these things in different places because there won't be a crowd and every person can go to the emergency exit and everybody will be safe.
Okay, great. Any questions? No questions. Okay, thank you for the report. Take your seats. And the last team, the research team. You were working on the roots of the problem and the ways to prevent such a damage.
The city of New Orleans has 2 dams, one on Lake Point Church Train and one on River Mississippi. And because of the flood that was caused by the Hurricane Katrina, both of these
Don't forget to put marks.
overflowed.
Evaluate your
And
friends.
as you can see here, the bulk of New Orleans, the overall level of the city is lower
Research
than
team,
the sea level.
camp team.
And so both of these waters overflowed, and it was really hard to get it out.
Okay, okay. And what about the mess of the city? Does the mess of the city, the weight of the city somehow influenced?
Even the highest buildings in New Orleans are lower than the sea level.
Okay, okay. And don't you know any global problem that worsened the situation? Something really, really global that raised the sea level all over the world. The global warming, sure, sure. We cannot avoid mentioning it. Okay, thank you for the report. Any questions? Wait. Any questions? No questions, no questions. Okay, thank you. Sure. That was the reason of... again, I have some problems with that. Okay, what about the marks? What about the marks? Let's count. Okay, you do it on the spot. That's okay. And you? Okay. Well, you have quite similar points. So everybody did the great job. But the camp team, you are the best for that presentation. Well, the computer has switched off again, but I want you to remember one famous painting that concerns your city somehow. There is a painting and there is a poem which describes one natural disaster happened to the St. Petersburg. Yep.
It was a flood in 18th century, I think.
That's right. So I want you to listen the poem about that flood. And okay, siege and assault. The evil waters thrust into windows like slaughters. The mad boat rode into a glass. The stalls are under the wet mess. Tsar Alexander, in a good fashion, still governed Russia that year. Pale and sad, and from the balcony he said, never the God-made nature can be subdued by any Tsar. So, who is the author of that poem? Great, great. You're genius. That's great. So, actually, you're absolutely right. That flood happened in 1824, and the whole city, the St. Petersburg, sunk in the water. And when the lamp will switch on, we will watch this painting made by Fyodor Alexeyev, a prominent Russian painter. Actually, this painting describes the situation. For now, I have something to discuss to you. How did the administration of the city, how did the government prevented the floods? What did they do in order to make St. Petersburg safe from the floods?
They built some dams.
Sure, but actually, who started to build the dam? Who started to build this dam?
Peter the First.
No. Well, Peter the First just said we will build city on the bank of the Neva, and actually the building of the dam started in 1977. And when was it finished? In the 21st century, you're right. In 2011. In 2011. Okay, now it's working. Thank you. Thank you for the help. Don't trust computers. It's great, but don't trust them. Okay, that's the painting, and that's the poem. And for now, I want you to think, how can you help to prevent the hurricanes? Some general strategy. You may use your papers in order to make small reports on how can the humanity prevent the disasters, or how can the humanity save their own lives. Any ideas? Just work in groups. Any disasters, any global disasters such as global warming, sea level rising. You may choose any disaster you want. You may choose only one disaster and think of the ways of preventing. Just one disaster, maybe, or couples of them.
Okay.
And this time, guys, try to be very fast, okay? Just work in some kind of memory mode or mindstorming. Try 10 ideas you want. Wow, you think in pictures? That's actually great. That's great. I do the same way.
Okay.
Maybe you may think of some strategies that are already used in the in your city, maybe in other countries.
Imagine if another group will take flood. What will we do? We can use yes, but we have to think about the way of evacuation.
So use maybe railway to I think it is.
Okay.
Or maybe play.
Mikhail, is everything clear? Try to help the girls, okay? You know, you always are to watch the women. With the women, they may make some mistakes, so control them at least, okay? Not in that way. I mean, help and control. I'm not a. I wanted to say racist, but no, forget about that. Young ladies should not use these words in the class. I know there is no any problem with that word, but there are some older generation teachers. They may hear that and understand it incorrectly. That's not because of you. That's because of them. Okay.
You leave like a small piece of
Your only plan is run away all the time?
We will
to avoid forest fires.
No.
Oh.
Just an idea.
Because it started in ocean, but it is very quick. You can't hear it.
If it's hurricane, we'll die there.
No.
Okay, guys, time's up. Now let's discuss what will you suggest. What about you guys?
Okay, we have 4 ideas.
Okay, guys, listen very carefully.
First idea is how to prevent yourself and your house from volcanic eruption. You mustn't build your house. No, first of all, you mustn't build your house on a volcano.
That's a good idea.
Also, I think if you build a house and between your house and a volcano, there's going to be a forest, then when lava will come down, you will see how forest is being burned, and you will have some time to run away.
It has lots of sense in it. You're very smart. Okay, something to add?
We have another ideas from another natural disasters.
Okay. What about you? What disaster have you chosen? What will you suggest?
I think it is easier to predict it because it started far from the land, so some helicopters or planes, ships maybe can see and warn everybody on the ground.
And
so it is the government of this country should, for example, it will be Japan, should use all transport, planes, railway to get people to the other side of the city, country, and to the safe places.
okay, that's great. Anything to add? Nothing to add. What about you?
Okay, we have chosen flood. You can go to the top of the building if the water is really high, but if it is a skyscraper, you shouldn't go to the to the top because it can fall because of the water.
Also, you should use boats and call the rescue team, and it's better
Yes.
to build flat walls.
Okay. Okay. Something to add? Anything? No. No. Okay. Guys, you see, long time ago, people couldn't struggle the natural disasters. But nowadays, we can do it. We are brave and strong. We have technologies that help us. And the future of this fragile world in our hands, the hands of younger generation. So, the only homework for you is to please try to save our planet. Try to save your city. And be happy. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Goodbye.
Уважаемый Тимур Евгеньевич, спасибо вам за этот урок. Мы желаем вам удачи в этом конкурсе. И вот вам книга на память о школе. Она была создана к 20-летию гимназии, САУ уже почти раритет.
Спасибо большое, спасибо большое.
Тимур Евгеньевич, у меня тоже приятное поручение вручить вам диплом финалиста конкурса. Вы закончили выступление в первом этапе. Министр просвещения Российской Федерации с удовольствием вам подписал этот диплом. Удачи вам.
Спасибо большое. Спасибо.